everyone, I'm Yuan Teng and I'm the founder of the Designing Pet. It's actually a home-based business, but I happen to have a pop-up today. Let me show you how it looks like. Okay, so it's actually a home-based business and it specializes in handmade cards, but we also have other merchandisers like pins and cup holders for everyday use. Come, let me show you. It started out of my bedroom. It actually was a hobby, and then slowly, because I was experimenting the different types of cards to actually create, that I decided to list them up online and managed to get some sales. And it was only after COVID that I actually came out and explore more to see how far this business can bring me. Because I'm actually an early childhood educator and I was actually inspired by children's books, and we love how interactive they are, and I have this habit of gifting cards to my friends. So I was introduced to a different kind of card making and I decided to explore more on it, and that's how it slowly bloomed into a small business. It's definitely not easy, but I'm very thankful for the people that I have met around me and my family and my friends for supporting me. So when on days where I have to actually attend to my job, I have someone to help me if let's say I have a pop-up. Having a small business can be very tough because you have limited funds for marketing or for branding. You're just a small brand and people may not know about you. So you really have to depend on people who actually appreciate art or appreciate supporting local. Definitely the success knowing that people actually appreciate your work. You feel more sense of satisfaction when people actually throw you some compliments and say that they actually appreciate your work. As a small business owner, it's actually very... You can't expect much, but one of the most successful and most defining moment is probably when someone actually comes in for a bulk order, or like a big brand come in and actually ask you for a commission. So recently I've actually had a collaboration with this brand called Tham Chai Sam Ko, who actually engaged me to do some commission work for their anniversary. The most fun part to me is getting to meet people, especially when we are home-based, we are mostly based online. So it's actually fun to get to see people who respond to your art, and also the friends that you meet when you run all these pop-up booths, and people that are actually very keen. They are also small business owners. Yeah. Okay, let me show you my booth. It's very near. So this is my booth. I'm actually sharing it with a friend who is also a local small business owner. So we started off with a lot of cards. That's why most of the things here are actually made of cards. The products are cards, and my cards, as mentioned, are interactive. So if you look at this one, it can actually move. And we have some that can actually rotate like this. And this is what we call the waterfall effect. Yeah. So these are just some of the interactive features that you'll find on the cards. Well, I guess the mundane part will probably be when a low season, when there is not much sales coming in, or sometimes when we are boothing and there's nothing much to do because there's no traffic. Because traffic only comes sometimes during peak hours, after dinner, after lunch. So it can get very quiet when there's no crowd. I wouldn't say that I felt burnt out as in a way, but it can get very busy. So especially during Christmas seasons, we're trying to, because the cards are actually made on demand, so we actually only replenish it after we sell it. So it can get very busy if someone orders like a bulk, and then I have to actually replenish it on top of my full-time job. I get motivated by the income for sure. Yes, and it's actually also really satisfying, and it is also my way of spending my time after work to do something that I like and to get my creative juices moving. I have lesser time outside with my friends, but we do it like at a balance. So if let's say somebody asks me out and it is way in advance and I don't have anything planned, I definitely will say yes. So it's about all the balancing and what's more important to you. Let me show you one of our more signature kind of cards. So This is actually the box cards. It is something that is different from the bifold cards because what you can do is, let me show you this. Oops. So you can actually fold it up so that it becomes flat. Here. And then you can write behind and put it in the envelope. So when the receiver opens it up, it will look like this. Ta-da! It's like the mini version of an explosion box. Well, I would say that I'm not the best at staying relevant, so I try very hard. So the community is actually very helpful. They will tell you things like, oh, what's trending? What are some different ways to help with the marketing? For example, collaborating with other brands, creating reels on Instagram now, especially with the change in how they show all the different, how they showcase their feed. Yeah. Well, it's going to be an exciting year if I can find some pockets of time in between my full-time job. We're looking at rebranding and we're looking at coming out with a lot more different merches instead of cards so that you can appreciate the little puns that we put in. For example, we did start with like little animal pins that we created. It was originally illustrated with some little puns, and then we also have more stickers now. And we also have a cup holder. We did have a tote bag that was sold out, but we just ordered, so we're really excited for it to come over. Yeah. Well, I would say go for it because you really don't know how far it will bring you, and you really don't know what kind of returns you get, because it's really rewarding seeing how much your hard work, and I believe that your hard work actually comes from your hobby or your passion, and you can realize that actually it does reap into some results. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for today.